Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. Today I need you to bear with me because I'm going to talk about a first world problem, okay? And I know it's a first world problem, I'm aware, but I want to talk about it anyway. It is very difficult to give free books to booktubers and book bloggers and book blurs, which is apparently what people who run book blogs on Tumblr are called. I'm not overly fond of that word, not enough vowels, but that's just me. So a good thing to do to promote your books is to send them out to people who read and review books. They have an audience who they share their reviews with, and if they like the book, some of their audience might want to buy the book. Even if the reviewer doesn't like your book for a specific reason, usually the good ones will try to be objective and be like, I didn't really like it, but I can see how you would like it if you like X, Y, and Z. Because those letters occur in this book quite often. It's almost like they're part of the alphabet. So for a long time now, Megan has been going through YouTube and BookTube specifically and finding booktubers and offering to send them a free copy of Nightblade to read and review. And the vast, and I do mean vast majority of them say no. Now I do have to clarify a couple of things. First of all, we are offering a paperback, not an ebook file. I can understand turning down an ebook file. I mean, any crappy self-published author can find a booktuber and offer them a free copy of their book for no cost, and more likely than not, it's going to be a very poorly edited trash heap of a book. But we're offering a paperback, and like, let's be honest, it's a pretty good looking book. Yeah, I'm tooting my own horn, but like, it's not an ugly book. And I do want to clarify that I'm aware that they don't like owe us attention or a review of our book, right? We're not entitled to their time or anything like that, but I'm genuinely perplexed. I'm a reader myself, and I know that book budgets can be limited. I don't have as much money as I wish I did to spend on books, and I'll always take a free one as a gift. It makes sense to me that not everybody reads fantasy, but Meg searches out and reaches out to people who do read and review fantasy on their channel. We've also tried offering a second copy of the book so that the booktuber can do a giveaway of that second copy to their audience. I thought that was a really cool idea, but it has not changed the response rate at all. I guess I would love to hear, if you're a booktuber or run a book blog, what makes a submission appealing to you? Or do you prefer not to get submissions at all? And if so, why? I feel like this is the case for the book industry more than for other industries. Like, video game reviewers on YouTube are usually more than happy to get a free copy of a video game to review. Now, yes, I am obviously wondering about other stuff for myself, but I'm also to a degree thinking of other indie authors, because it is very hard for indie authors to get our names out there. And it seems like good, thoughtful indie authors and booktubers could have a really great relationship with each other because we share many similar characteristics. For one thing, we can help each other grow each other's audiences, because let me tell you, every time I have gotten one of my books reviewed on a YouTube channel, I share that video everywhere I possibly can, multiple times. And that is not something that traditional authors will usually do, unless they're Neil Gaiman, but he is an outlier and should not be counted. Indie authors, meanwhile, are usually the ones out there tackling stories and subject matter that traditional publishers just won't touch. We aren't restrained by an industry that still thinks women shouldn't write epic fantasy or that you shouldn't have a protagonist of color. And booktubers, meanwhile, are the main book reviewers right now who are talking about things like diversity and representation in both characters and authors, and discussing problematic tropes in book relationships and cultural appropriation. At the same time, I do recognize that a large number of indie books, maybe the majority, are not that great. They skimp on editing. Heck, my books were hard to read before I started actually getting, an editor. I just love to figure out some way to connect high-quality indie authors with, good booktubers who care about the same sort of stuff that we do. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, especially if you are a booktuber or are a big fan of like the booktube community, because I feel like there's got to be a way to do this all better. And that is my first worldly problem for the day, Rebels. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out another video from the channel right up there, or check out my Patreon right down there and see my secret videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!